What's going on, Javi Lobby? It's your boy Javier with the Javier Show. Make sure you say it twice. I got something special for y'all. You know I got something special for y'all. The first time exclusive with Tyson James. I got him in the back, and we finna get this thing popping. I'm gonna do a little interview. We're gonna have a great discussion for y'all pleasure. So, with that being said, stay tuned.
1 in a million to one villain. Too hot to be in the kitchen. I'll end up melting the ceiling.
Tyson James in the building. What's up, brother?
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Hey, let's go, bro. How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I just jumped off a live stream. It's Friday, so, man,
Yeah.
I can't complain. How about yourself?
I just got done shooting a music video earlier today, and so that was super fun. I'm doing a video for Roe v. Wade. You hear that?
Oh,
you heard
Lord.
that song? Did you react to that song?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
No.
You're gonna have to wait for the video because that song, bro. When I was down there, we went down in front of the courthouse, and I live in like liberal city, bro. So,
I figured as much. You said you was on 3 hours apart from me. You was in Pacific time. I was like,
yeah,
Tyson?
West Coast.
West Coast?
Yeah, West Coast, all the way north, Washington, Northwest Washington, bro. It's like crazy liberal town. It's a college town, and so yeah, we were down there shooting a music video, and it was so fun, bro. Like that song, like if I could perform that song to all of my music videos, I would love it. It was just so much fun. I was making myself crack up with the pink-haired devil in it. People were walking by, like looking at me, like their libs, but they don't want to say nothing because we're bringing the energy. We're bringing mass energy, bro. And they're
was it a lot of y'all out there, or was it just like a few of y'all?
Bro, it was me, my son, my son's 9, and my videographer, and then I had like a security guard with me, just one of my homies, that is packing, he's capable, and he's there just to feel safe, you know what I'm saying? Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can't watch my back, bro, and I can't watch my son when I'm like doing the video and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I feel you, man. Look, you got too much stuff going on to be stupid. You feel what I'm saying?
For real. I don't want no problems, bro. I don't want any problems with I don't want to create any I want to do my music video. I don't want I don't need to be going to jail for nothing. Like there was a BLM rally a couple years ago during George Floyd, and I went down there, and I just couldn't keep myself from getting involved, bro. I just couldn't. I had to. Like they triggered me, bro. They triggered me.
Yeah.
And I had to cross the street into the Black Lives Matter. I just went down into the middle of them, and they surrounded me, and I had a pistol on me, and I just let them know I had the pistol. Don't touch me,
Oh,
and
Lord.
I put myself in that position.
House.
You know what I'm saying? But I put myself in that position because of my pride, bro. I was like, I ain't scared of none of these guys. I'm going right down in the middle of them. Let them know I ain't scared of none of you. But that thing could have turned into just something so bad, bro.
Yeah, and a lot of people, they get into this whole group mentality where everybody becomes a wolf. It's like when they rolling with the pack, then they more likely to try something stupid than they would if you was like one-on-one by yourself or something like that. So you kind of walked in like the lion's den with nothing but a whole bunch of wolves. Yeah. And everybody just looking for a moment to like, oh, I was the one who did this to him or whatever. So you kind of
I walked into that one, bro.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy. Like I've been in a situation like that. I've been jumped by like 30 dudes, like and walked away without a scratch personally. So who knows, man? But like,
bro, who are you, Samson? What the heck? 30 guys didn't have a scratch?
I was locked up, brother. I did 5 years.
You did 5 years, okay.
Yeah, from 15 to 20 years old. Now it was a lot of gang beef, city beef, and I got caught up in a lot of that stuff. And sometimes you get caught down bad, and you just gotta take your whipping like a man, and then dish it out when you get the chance. But man, this is why I'm so excited to talk to you, right?
Yeah, let's get it.
Yeah, man. Like I want to know your story, man. I want to kind of like start from like as early as you willing to start from, and kind of lead me up to how you got to where you at now, and being the guy that you are.
Okay.
Go for it.
So, man, bro. I mean, we could go all the way back to where I grew up in a good home, man. I had 2 parents my whole childhood, and my parents are still together to this day, man. And I was like, I grew up in a good home, bro. I had friends. I was like a popular person, played basketball, football, all the sports and everything, you know. But I was always a wild child, bro. I was always, and I'm sure like everybody says that, like we have that wild in us, you know. But I had like that extra wildness, and so, you know, going into like my into like middle school, you know, you start getting exposed to certain things. You know what I'm saying. You got getting exposed to
Yeah.
sex and even like drugs in some cases, you know.
Now,
And
is your family at this time, are they religious? Are they like into the church heavily or?
yes,
Okay.
yeah. So we'll be in church every Sunday. Every Sunday we were going to church. It didn't matter. Like we were there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was raised in a Christian home, bro. And and I just started getting influenced by people. And instead of being a leader that I was, because I was a point guard, you know, I played quarterback, and so I was a leader, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I started like hanging out with people that were older than me, and I started following people and being attracted like to the wrong people, bro. And man, like it's crazy, bro. Like when I look back, I was just a kid, bro. When I was doing making adult decisions, man. I was like, I look at pictures of me when I was in high school. I was like, that's a little like boy. Like,
Yeah.
man, that boy don't know crap. That
felt like
boy
a
don't know
felt like
nothing about life.
felt like a man though at the time though. You thought you
Felt
had it
like a
going on,
man
right?
and rebelling
Yeah.
against my parents, you know. And you know, I think back on it, and I remember the first time I smoked weed, bro. And it was the first time that I ever like got like a high. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I felt that high, bro, it's like everything didn't matter. No, football didn't matter. Basketball, girls didn't matter. Bro, nothing mattered. Pleasing my parents didn't matter.
Mm.
Getting good grades, it didn't matter. From then on, bro, I chased that high. And that led me
Yeah.
down some dark places, bro, that I never would ever want to go back to, bro, ever. And so I was like going through like treatment centers, going into treatment centers and coming out, you know, because I'm a drug addict now. You know, it started off with marijuana and it goes into pills and then it goes into harder things. And the things that you say that, oh, I'll never do that. I'll never touch that. I'm never going to do that ever. You end up doing that because people around you are doing it. And so, you know, I'm in and out of treatment centers and just and trying to get my life right. But I'm a little boy. I don't know. Like I have no strength. I have no like foundation. You know what I mean? And
At
it
this
wasn't
age,
until
how
yeah,
old were you at this age? You were around.
remember I was like 16 when I was started doing like hard drugs.
Okay,
And
16.
there was even people that were around me that were even younger than that, doing like in middle school, like doing like pills and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like I was telling Bryson this story, and he's like, "Bro, when I was in middle school or high school, we didn't even know where to get any of that stuff. Nobody was doing any of that stuff. People were like smoking weed and drinking and doing that thing, but nobody was doing like
Yeah.
hard drugs." And
Yeah.
then, you know, I was like, I know exactly why because I live right on the I-5 corridor. Like I could see I-5 from here, and Canada is like 10 miles that way. So all the drugs come straight from Canada through the border, and they come through this city first, and
Mm.
then they go down to California and all that stuff.
Wow. So, how'd you find your way out of that? Like, you 16, you in and out of rehab, you chasing this high, and something's clearly wrong, right? Like, this is not the path or the trajectory that got you here. So you had to make a turn at some point. Like, what was it that? What moment was it? A moment? Was it a series of moments? What was it that actually got you to like find your way out of it?
Bro, like it's so blurry. All that whole time was such a blur to me. Like people tell me stories like, bro, you were driving and I was in the passenger seat and you were like nodding out. I would look over and you were sleeping. and you man, you drove a whole van full of people home, and like I don't remember any of this stuff. And so like it's such a blur to me, but I just remember being at my rock bottom, bro. Like there was nowhere to go. I was 17 years old and kicked out of my house. You know what I mean? Like 17 and living in a van, bro. I'm still in high school. I went from like being a cool kid to being like popular and all this stuff to just being a straight drug addict, bro.
Yeah.
And I just remember, man, being at my rock bottom and thinking, what am I doing? Why am I here? How did I get here? You know? And then I just had nowhere to go, bro. I had nowhere to go. I had nothing to live for. I was just a drug addict, and I know I needed help, man. And so I reached out, and I ended up finding this place in Seattle, but it was a Christian place. But I didn't want to go to a Christian place because I know that at a Christian place, you're going to be praying, you're going to be reading the Bible, you're going to be going to church all the time. And the only church people that I knew were a bunch of squares. We're a bunch of nerds, bro. I didn't want to hang out. I didn't want to be a nerd, man. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm not going to this place, bro. I'm not going to this Christian place. Well, I fought it, bro, for weeks. And I tried to get into all these other places. Every other door was shut. And I had to go to this place. So I ended up going there. And it was like a culture shock to me because I'm from a small town. And I'm moving into the inner city. And I'm only like 18 years old. And so I go to this place. It's a culture shock, man. But I liked it. It was something different because I'm so used to this small town and I go to this big city. It was something different for me. It just kind of drew me there, you know? And so I stayed in this place, in this rehab home for like a year and a half. And like God started doing the work in my life, bro. Like, it wasn't like the drugs it wasn't the drugs, bro. It was other things. It was anger. It was like control. It was bitterness, like, and insecurity and all these things that I was like holding on to. And I realized that it wasn't the drugs, bro. It was other things that I was using to
try to escape,
to medicate myself, right?
Yeah.
And so I stay in this place, right? And it's connected to a church called Victory Outreach. I don't know if you know Victory Outreach. Probably not.
No.
But I stayed in this place, and I moved in with my youth pastor, and I stayed involved with like youth, and we were like doing services and let me go back. So the first couple of weeks in being in this place, we're going to church like every Sunday. So this Sunday we go to church, and in between like the worship and the sermon, they'll have somebody come and do special music. So someone will come up and like play guitar or like come and sing a song on the piano.
Yeah.
So we were there this night and they said, okay, we're having special music. Whoop-de-whoop is going to come up. And all of a sudden, like the lights go off. Boom. And I'm looking around and all of a sudden the beat drops. It's like boom, boom. And I'm like, what the heck? Y'all bumping Dr. Dre too? I was like, y'all down with 50 Cent, man. Okay, I like this church. This is amazing. I'm staying here. And so they start rapping. They come out. They start rapping on the stage. And I'm like, woo! I'm like, bro, this is crazy. I have never seen a church where they play rap. Ever, bro.
Yeah.
So and I started listening to the words. And it wasn't corny at all. Like, it was dope, bro. And I was like, I saw that. And I was like, bro, that's what I'm going to do. I see that. I want that. That's what I'm going to do right there. So that's what I did. I formulated a group. It was me and this other guy that was in the rehab home. His name was Ricky. He was from Miami, and I was from like a small town. So his name was Street Kid, and my name was Country Boy. And our group name was called Double Edge. And bro, we were dope, bro. Like we were, bro, you know, it was different back then. Like the music was different. So when I listen to it now, it's like, I don't like it. But back then,
yeah,
bro, we were hitting, bro. We were traveling and doing shows and doing all this kind of stuff, man. So that's where the rap started.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. I was gonna be like, at what point did you get into like hip hop? But like when you said, let me go back, and then you told me, then you answered that question off the rip. So I didn't even see that coming. Like honestly, so you got into the youth program basically for the rehab, and you got exposed to the Christian rap, and you was like, I'm doing that. You and another guy, you start a group, y'all performing, y'all making songs and doing things of that sort. Now, I don't know how old are you at this point, right? Like how old
Bro,
are
I
you?
was like 18 years old.
Okay, you're 18.
Yeah.
Fast forward, how old are you today?
37.
37. All right,
Yeah.
so that's a world away now. It's a
Bro,
lot
that's a
between.
long time.
Yeah, yeah. So apparently you're no longer in the group. So how long did you stay at the youth program, and where did you go
Bro,
after you left?
okay, so I stayed in the youth program for 3 years, and then I ended up moving to, well, not moving, but I went to this Christian um, Bible college, right? And it was called the Urban Training Center, and it's a place where you go, and it's like another youth like college. It's just a bunch of young people that live in this house, and all we do is ministry. We don't have jobs. We don't have nothing, bro. We do ministry. We take like the speakers and we go out into the hoods and the neighborhoods and the ghettos and all different other places, and we set up the speakers, and we'll have people like testify, and people come up and rap, and then at the end, someone will come up, and give a word, and we'll like pray for people. um I went to this place, but I forgot all about that, bro. And so I stayed there for like 6 months, and then I came back, and stayed for like a year, and then I went to South Africa. I went to South Africa on a mission trip for like 3 months, bro. And that was like, that was crazy. That was like bro, that was like the craziest
Man.
thing. Like we did the same thing. It was the Urban Training Center. We would go, and our job was just to spread the gospel wherever we could, wherever we were. We were doing like drama. We would put on these dramas, right? These like plays, and we would go to different cities, and we would stay in the city for like a week, and we would pass out flyers. We would just flood the streets with flyers and talking to people. And then at the end of the week, we would put on this drama. Like one drama was called Shotgun, and it was always about, the dramas were always like gang. It was always like a story of a gang member, right? That was trying to give his heart to God, and like his brother dies, and we would actually use like real shotgun with real like live, not like rounds, but the, like the loud rounds, the
Yeah,
blanks. We would use blanks, bro.
dummies. Yeah.
Yeah, dummies, bro. And that was like crazy, man. And so I came back from South Africa, and then I just kept going, man. I kept doing my thing, bro, and just
So
one thing led to another.
now there's a separation here, but I get it. Like I get the Christianity, right?
Yeah.
But at what point does the politics get involved? Like, at what point do you see yourself as a conservative or somebody who's interested in politics at all? Did it come to you? Did you find it? Or did it happen along your journey of being a Christian? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah. Well, my dad is a conservative, and so I was raised in a conservative home,
Yeah.
Every Sunday it was like C-SPAN. C-SPAN was on, right? And they're debating. I didn't know what it was, but
Yeah.
I would like work with my dad on Saturdays, and we would listen to Rush Limbaugh. And there was another guy, his name was Paul Harvey, that we would listen to. And so those little seeds were planted in me at a young age. And as I get older, and as I go to get my life right, my dad's still talking. My dad's like real political. He likes to talk about politics. So is my grandpa, like my whole family. Like my grandpa will go down to the coffee shop, and he'll just argue with people down at the coffee shop about politics, bro. And I'm like, that's where I got it right there from my grandpa and my dad, man.
Yeah. My dad's the same way. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just in me, bro. And I remember my dad talking to me about Obama, and he was like, Obama ain't right? I was like, I wasn't really into politics, but he put me on to Rush Limbaugh and Glenn Beck and all these guys, and I started listening to these guys like when I'm at work and stuff, and things start clicking. I'm like, yo, this is like crazy, bro. This is the stuff that I believe. They're talking my language, you know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
I think it was like 2012, bro. I was like ragging on Obama in one of my songs, and I was just making fun of liberals and stuff in 2012. And then I was like quiet for a long time, and then I made a song called Mega. It was in like 2016 when Trump won.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, I'm about to make this Mega song. And I'm about to piss so many people off with this thing. And so I did it. I did a video to it, and sure enough, bro, they people got mad. People were like, bro, what are you, man? You can't do that. You can't put politics in your music. I was like, screw it, bro. This is what I believe, you know?
Bro, you out of all the artists that I do reaction to, I think you are the most straight, like no hold bars. Like there's no filter whatsoever. Like I know that some artists will, say some unfiltered stuff from time to time, but it seems like your music videos are like very like I'm going for the kill. Yeah. Like I'm going straight forward and I'm not holding back. Like I think that video you did with the LGBTQ flag and stuff.
That's it.
Bro, I see the Young Turks got on you.
Yeah. Hey, if the Young Turks are getting on you, bro, you're doing something right, for real, man.
Right.
That's just I'm just gonna say it, man. I'm just gonna say it. I'm not gonna be censored. They can censor me. They're gonna end up deleting me because I'm not gonna shut up, man. I'm not going to.
Yeah, I think it's well. I feel as if certain things are trying to make a turnaround in this country. I mean, even with Elon Musk trying to buy Twitter and stuff, like there's a major effort of like free speech that people are beginning to like really push back for. Like, and I mean, many of like, for example, if you would ask me a year ago about conservative hip hop, I couldn't have told you anything about it. Like, I mean, I started my YouTube channel off purely based on like politics, religion, and culture. I was talking about political issues and dissecting philosophy and stuff like that. And I recently, maybe like 7 months ago, got into the whole hip hop reaction video game, and like it was instant. People kept saying Tyson James. You gotta, and I'm like, okay, conservative hip hop, Christian conservative rap. This exists, right?
Yeah.
and I'm like, man, not only does it exist, these guys are killing the game. Like, and you give me that more. I think I said it in one of my reactions, like maybe my first or second reaction to your videos, when I said this guy definitely has the appeal for mainstream. Like he can bridge the gap between like the mainstream and the people who are conservatives, because you have that sound. You don't just have like the content. Who does your beats, bro? I gotta ask, who does your beats?
I buy him, bro. I just buy him.
You got an ear for beats, right? Because the beats you pick, I swear to you, man, they knock me out of the water every time. Huh? I know, right? And I see that you have an ear for like what sounds good. It's not just about what you're saying, but you want people to want to dance. You want people to want to jump up and get active, and that's what really appeals. So you're doing both, right? And so what is it that you feel that you're trying to accomplish with your music? Is it just the love of the music and saying what you feel, or do you actually want your music to actually accomplish something for the people who listen to it?
This is what I do. I just make music that I want to listen to. So if anybody asks me who my favorite rapper is, me. I'm my favorite rapper because I create music the way I like it and the way I want it to sound. And so, what was your question again?
What were you trying to accomplish, like with your music, like for the people who listen to it? Are you trying to accomplish anything, or is it that you just enjoy making this type of music and you just put it out?
Yeah,
and
that's how it's always been. I just enjoy like putting my beliefs and everything that I believe into my music, and like I'm not gonna make music that people like. I'm gonna make music that I like. It's like my song "Good versus Evil," right?
Hey,
that's not like a political song, you know?
No lie. I listened to it today. I kind of cheated and I went and listened to it. So I try not to listen to songs before I do reaction videos to it, but sometimes I be too tempted. But go ahead.
So like not all my music is. I know not all the music that I do is gonna be popular, but it's the stuff that I like to do. I'm not gonna be that person that just does what everybody else wants. And so like, but it just so happens that my favorite thing to talk about is like the Second Amendment. So, and people love that. It's just my favorite thing to rap about. I just love rapping about guns. I mean, I grew up on 50 Cent and Eminem, man. So
Yeah.
it's just, it's in me.
Yeah, when I heard that Rittenhouse song, right, I was like, okay. Now, a part of me, I'm always skeptical. I'm like, are people just making music to appeal to certain buzzwords, right? Oh, this is what everybody talking about. I'm gonna name my song this and get an appeal, right? So when I first went in to listen to your Rittenhouse song, I think that was my first song I reacted to yours. Yeah. My intention going in there was like, all right, this is probably gonna be some corny dude trying to get some hype off of the Rittenhouse case. But then when the song started, by the end of the song, I was just blown away. I was like, yo, this song is so fire. It's like the song it stood on its own. Even if you took Rittenhouse name out of it. If somebody was just passing by listening to that song, they'd be like, oh man, what's that? Let me hear it. Like, and I like guns too, bro. Like, if you can't tell, like, I'm a big fan of guns. I've been a fan of guns since I got my first gun when I was like 9 years old. It wasn't legal, but my first gun was a baby 40 Glock, right? And I've always been a fan of guns. And so here's the thing that I want to ask you, right? When did you and Bryson Gray seem like y'all have a very close relationship or a friendship, right? Yeah. When did y'all connect? And did y'all know each other before, like, y'all started getting recognition, or was it, like, afterwards? How did that go?
No, it was, so when he did the Mega Challenge, I had someone reach out to me, one of my good friends, Marco. He texted me, he's like, bro, you got to do the Mega Challenge. I'm like, what's a Mega Challenge? He's like, you ain't seen the Mega Challenge, bro? Go look at it, man. They're doing, like, this beat, and they're having people, like, rap to it, right? So I was like, all right, I'll do the Mega Challenge, right? I said, but if I do the Mega Challenge, I'm going to win it. For sure. I'm going to blow them all out of the water. And that's exactly what I did. I did the song, and I did the music video, and I killed both of them. And I was trying to get Bryson's attention. And so I did that, and he hit me up. He's like, bro, you killed the Mega Challenge, bro. We got to work together. We're going to do some music. And so from then on, man, like, me and Bryson, we're just like brothers, man. We talk every day. We're a lot alike. Me and him are like just almost the same person, but different color, and different backgrounds,
Yeah.
And so that's just my brother, man. We clicked, man, and it's history, bro. We make bangers together, bro.
When I first did my first reaction to Bryson Gray, I didn't like his song, right?
Yeah.
And he came up on the comment section, was like, you don't know what you're talking about. He was like, right. And he was like one of the first artists that I did a reaction to. This was even before I did a reaction to your song. And I think I did a reaction to a song called False Prophets or something.
Okay, False Teachers.
Yeah. And I didn't like the song, right? Yeah. And he came up there and was like, bro, you don't know what you're talking about. Look how many views this video got. And look how many views you got, right? That's
something Bryson would say.
Right? And I wasn't mad about it or anything. I say, bro, it's just my opinion, right? And look, you got many songs. I judge each song based on this individual. Like, you might have 10 million songs that I like. If you got one song that I think is trash, I'm gonna say it's trash. And
facts.
Right? Because I don't want nobody to lie to me, right? And I used to make music. I wasn't making type of music y'all was making, right? Like, that intro that I played before here, that's part from one of my songs, right? Okay. And so I don't rap anymore. I kind of like retired. But
oh man, we got to collab, bro. You gotta bring it back, bro.
I can flow, bro. I can flow. But I'm always down, brother. Trust me, I'm down. But like, when Bryson Gray, I was like, man, people took shots at me for that. Like, people came on the show, was like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, whatever, right? And I didn't even know Bryson Gray was the guy who made the MAGA step or something like the MAGA. Yeah, MAGA stepping, right? And I liked that song when I heard it. I didn't even know that was the same guy at the time. Yeah. So when they was like, oh, that's the guy who made that song. And I was like, oh, then dude must got some skills, right? I just got to go check out more of his work. Yeah. And the man got skills, right? Yeah. But like, I'm a nobody compared to like what he probably didn't even mention the whole thing to you, right? But then I Yeah, then I heard your song and I was like hyped, and I was like, oh man, I'm vibing with it. And then people were like, Tyson James and Bryson Gray are like tight.
2A. You reacted to 2A.
Yeah, 2A.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I liked your verse, and I didn't like his verse as much.
Right.
And people were like, they tight, man. Don't split hairs. Don't split hairs.
Nah.
And yeah, but
it's your opinion, man.
Yeah,
you're gonna like some music and not like some.
Yeah, and I think as an artist, like me knowing the artist, when somebody tell me that they don't like something, it make me just go harder. It make me just like, oh, you know what? Well, shoot, I'm gonna go harder anyway, just to show them that, But what the whole time you've been making music, right? What has been like the hardest challenge for you? Because now, like, you got people like the Young Turks showing your video and people criticizing you and coming after you, right? Like, does it ever get to you personal, or is it nothing?
No.
You ever get any threats or anything like that?
Bro, I love the threats. I love the hate. If I don't have haters, I'm like, I don't have any content, man. I don't have any creative ability at that. I need some haters, bro. I love when people come on and make videos about me and hating on my stuff and all that, bro. It gives me fuel. I'll tell you the one thing that I struggle with though is like coming into the studio and saying, okay, I'm gonna write a song today. I'm gonna do a song. Like I have to do something. So I'll come in, I'll get in the studio, and I'm sure I have writer's block like often, and so there's sometimes where I can't do it. It may be I can't find a beat, or I just can't find the flow. That's what I struggle with, bro, and it's those days where I kind of start tripping out, like, like, is this gonna work? If I can't rap and make music. Because I just transitioned from doing construction to full-time music like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, the whole construction thing that you had going on.
Yeah, so now I'm in full-time music, and I have 5 kids. I have this house. I have a wife. Bro, I got to pay the bills, man. They're coming. Yeah. And I got to make things happen. So those days where I got to figure out what I'm going to do with those days that I'm just not feeling creative. Like, I can't just not do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think, see, I got a brother, right? He's older than I am. He's actually younger than you. I'm only 29. I'll be 30 this year, right? And my brother is maybe like 34, right? And we used to feed off of each other. Like, he was really into freestyling. Like, we used to freestyle battle and stuff like that. But I was always the writer. Like, I can write like that. I mean, I wrote my last mixtape while in between driving trucks. I'm a truck driver by trade, so I wrote my whole mixtape on my phone and recorded the whole thing on my phone, right? And I'm just a writer. That's just what I do. And when he felt like you're feeling, he always calls me and basically asks me what I'm working on or see what kind of bars I done wrote down or something like that. And it basically drives him. So if you got somebody that drives you or motivates you or challenges you, sometimes that healthy competition will allow you to spark that creativity. Fact. Especially if you're going to be doing this full time, you need somebody to feed off of.
I need someone to bounce ideas off. I need someone to come in the studio and you know what it is? You know who that person is lately? It's my son. I could bring Toby in here and put a beat on, and he'll start vibing out, and he'll do like a little melody. And I'll say, hey, hold on. Do that again? Yeah. Okay. So I've honestly been doing that. Like, hey, Toby, come here, man. What do you think about this beat? And I'll put it on, and he'll like do a melody, and I'll like use it, bro. It's dope.
Nice. That's what's up. And you basically raising him to have that ear, and he can pick up.
He's got the ear, bro. He's got it. I'm telling you, that kid has got it. He's gonna do way bigger things than me, bro. If I started when I was 9 years old, oh my gosh. He's going to go crazy, bro.
Because he already got access to the video part of it as well. Yeah. That's a whole different aspect to just writing and recording. But to shoot great music videos and know the business around doing that and the editing and all of that, like, bro.
He's got the eye. He's got the ear for music, and he's got the eye for videos, too. Like, he'll get the video camera and say, oh, Dad, look at this angle right here. That's a really cool angle. Let's do that. And so he comes and, yeah, bro, he's only 9 years old. I got to start a YouTube channel for that kid, though.
Yeah. Get it early. I think that's the future. That it seemed like content is the future.
It's the future, man. If you get if you get a following and you grow it, bro, that's it. You can do it for the rest of your life as long as you work hard and you put out constant content, you know?
Yeah. Sometimes I feel as if I got like what they call it, imposter syndrome. Whereas like I reached 1,000 subscribers in like October, November last year. And now I'm almost to 10,000 subscribers, right? Like I've only been doing it a little over 2 years, right? But part of me is like, wow, all of these people want to hear what I got to say.
Bro, you're growing, bro. Keep going. Do not quit, man. Telling you, man.
Yeah.
Just hustle on the side like I did. Bro, it's been probably 5 years since my music started. No, it's probably been like 4 years since my music started getting bigger and my thing started growing, you know? So I've been grinding, bro, for like 5 years doing construction and doing this on the side and just building this up. And now I'm to the point where I can just completely do music now.
Yeah. I pay attention to your channel. I like the fact that you're very good at engaging your audience with what you got going on in your life. Like, whether you shooting a video or you doing some construction. Like, I saw you put a video out where you tried to kick something out of a window.
Bro, I had to do it, man. It hurt the ego a little bit. It hurt the pride, but I was like, I know that people think this is funny, man, so I got to do it.
Oh, yeah. And I think people love authenticity, right? And so many people are lacking authenticity in our society today. Like, it's all about how can I get the clicks? But it's like, be human. Be a real person.
Just be yourself. Just be yourself and put the stuff that you like to put out there. And the people will come, they'll stay, they'll sub, and they'll stay. And you'll have that core following, that foundation of followers that will never leave you, bro. Like, exactly. I have those people, my followers, I got people that will never leave me, man. There's politic people that will come and they'll go and they're politicking around, but I got like the core. It's mostly like Christian people that will stay, man, for a long time.
Yeah.
And you get that core, bro, you're good.
Yeah, definitely. And when I first started YouTube, people were like, you should sub for a sub. Like, I'll sub for you. And I'm like, nah.
Screw that. If you don't like my content, don't sub. You know
exactly.
Because I may not like yours. I ain't subbing to you.
I know YouTubers who got like 100,000 subscribers and they get less views on their videos than I do.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah.
Bro, you don't want that. You could have all the subs in the world, man. It's all about engagement. How many people are engaging with you? That's
exactly. And that's the most valuable thing.
Yeah.
And I was listening to your story, right? And like, in a way, we got a lot of similarities and some things are swapped. Right? Because you was telling me certain things. I was like, bro, I can definitely relate with you. It seemed like certain things happened to me earlier than it happened with you, and certain things happened to me later than it happened to you. Like, I hit my first joint when I was like 9. Like, I did a lot of stuff. I jumped off the porch when I was 9 years old. Yeah. Like, my big brother went to prison when I was 12. And that's when it was all on me. Like, I felt like all the older guys were trying to pick on the family and stuff like that. So I had to step up and start, getting involved. I went to juvenile when I was 15, right?
Yeah, I went to juvie when I was probably 15. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the age. Age. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I've been on probation twice. After the probation, eventually got locked up, sentenced to 5 years. And, I mean...
Bro, how was that feeling? How old were you?
I was 15.
Bro, you're 15. So you're sitting in the court, and the judge says, I'm sentencing you to 5 years. What did that feel like, man? That's a third of your life, bro.
Yeah, and I was already locked up for 1.5 years before I got my time. So it took a year and a half.
5 years is a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like when he told you that?
To be honest, I was really relieved, to be honest. I was facing 10 to 20 years, right? I had an armed robbery charge, possession. I had like drug charge and stuff like that. So I was facing 10 to 20 years. So the 5 years actually was like a relief to me. It was a deal, right? But at the same time, after I've been locked up for 1.5 years, I just wanted to know what the outcome was going to be. Like, you sitting around and you don't know where your life is headed.
Oh, that sucks, bro.
Yeah, but like, the thing I think most people might not realize about being locked up, and I can't speak for everybody, I can only speak for me. I was never really like stressed being locked up. I'm a violent person by nature. Like, it's always been something, and I'm very, very, very smart. Like, my dad grew up in the suburbs. He's a smart dude, but my mom is like straight projects. So I got like the best of both worlds. I'm really, really smart and really, really violent. So, so it's like it worked in my favor. But the biggest stress that I had while being locked up was the fact is I just don't like being around dudes that much. Like, like I rather read and stay to myself. But just the constant like being forced to be around people you don't want to be around.
Yeah.
The biggest headache in the world. But once you locked up for a certain period of time, it becomes life. And humans are very good at adapting to their situation.
Yeah, you got to adapt and you got to overcome like that stuff, bro, because things could go from 0 to 100 real fast.
Real fast. And I guess I was lucky in a sense because, I mean, look, I was eating Chinese food while I was locked up. I was eating Zaxby's and stuff like that. Like, I had a whole system set up. But not everybody is that fortunate. And I'm not saying that to brag or anything, but I know it's been a lot worse for a lot of people. So I never try to get on here and say, oh, man, I really, really... Yes, I had my days where I had to fight and, you know, do certain things. But for the most part, I had a better experience locked up than a lot of other guys. So that's just my personal experience. Yeah. But 5 years, like I grew up, basically. I became a man while being in the system. And when you get out, I couldn't go in a grocery store because it's too many people walking around me. It's too many people walking up behind me and just passing me. I'm not used to that.
You're institutionalized.
Yeah, through the core. To this day, I don't like being in the grocery store. I can't leave the house without making up the bed and stuff like that. It's like things that are just like still there because I was 15 to 20 years old when I basically became a man in that institution. So, I mean, now that I look back on it, I felt like they were never going to let me out. Even the day when they was like, you can go home, I was like, I could just walk out. And they was like, yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, you can go. Today's your day.
Right. And I'm like, you just going to let me walk out? Like, it was so easy that it felt crazy that they was able to hold me there that long. But like, I want to get into, we coming up on the 45-minute mark. I want to go into the extended conversation, but I want to dig a little deeper on your politics and kind of see what your views are. And let's get a little more into the conservatism. And I also want to get a little more into the Christianity if you're down for that.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. So what we're going to do is we're going to the extended show. So you got to be on patreon.com/the Javier Show. Sign up over there if you want to see this extended or join the memberships on the channel if you want to see the rest of this conversation. It's about to get lit. So peace and glory, everybody. Be peaceful and be great. Before we go, Tyson James, tell them where they can find anything that you want to promote or anything that they can support you.
I would just say to everybody on YouTube, go sub to my channel at Tyson James. Search Tyson James and give me a sub. Listen to the music, buy the merch, buy the CDs. If you want to support, just buy the stuff. You know, support the music.
It's that simple, y'all.
That's simple.
It's that simple. Peace and glory, everybody. Be peaceful and be great. Till next time, we out.
We out.
1 in a million to 1 billion. Too hot to be in the kitchen, out in the melt in the ceiling.
All right, so we in the after show, so can relax a little bit. All right, so politically, I think we agree on a lot. I think we agree on abortion. I think we agree on the Second Amendment. First Amendment, I mean, we're both conservatives. I'm probably more familiar with your outlooks than you are with mine, I guess, because I react to a lot of your videos. I hear a lot of your feedback. I saw that you came over to my Roe versus Wade little debate.
I peeped in for a little bit. I like it.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Now, you do know I'm an atheist, right?
No.
Yeah, I'm an atheist. I am not a Christian. And I watched some of your live streams and I figured like Tyson James is a Christian through and through. And I was like, him knowing I'm an atheist, will he like dislike me for it but I don't get that vibe from you. I think you more so about what kind of ideas are you promoting? What are you supporting? And what kind of energy are you putting out there? And what kind of so how much of your political positions do you think are based on your Christianity versus based on what makes sense to you? Do you use your Christianity as a way of informing your politics? Or do you think even if you wasn't a Christian, you still think your politics still make sense?
everything has to go through Christianity first. If it gets through the Christianity filter, then I'm for it. Like with the homosexual thing, like when Trump came out and was hugging that dumb flag, right? I didn't like that because I'm a Christian, man. You know what I'm saying? And my Bible says that homosexuality is an abomination. You know what I'm saying? And so everything, like when I really became a conservative, I was like, it's really just kind of being a Christian. You know what I mean? In a certain way, because a lot of the conservative values line up with the Bible, you know?
Yeah. So would you ask me the question of how is it that I can be a conservative and be an atheist? Or
no?
Do you think those things are in contradiction with each other?
No. You can be a conservative. You can be a conservative. It's just most of the things is like common sense, man. I mean, with abortion, obviously, that's just common sense, man. We value human life, man. That shouldn't even be something that we're arguing or fighting. I can't believe we're fighting about.
I can't believe it either.
Why are we fighting about this? This is like, I think like 50, 60 years, maybe like 60 years ago, if they said, man, women are hitting the streets and violently protesting for the right to kill their own children, they would probably, I don't think I'm going to believe
They would laugh you out of the building. They would laugh you out of the building.
Like how we get here, Roe versus Wade, bro. That thing was based on a lie anyway.
Exactly, and it's like, for the life of me, I'm gonna be honest. I think not all, but a lot of atheists are very, very becoming very religious minded when it comes to their politics. It's like politics have become their religion. They swapped out Christianity for big government, and they're using for some hatred for Christianity. Not all people. Some people are just hurt, or some people feel that they can't become conservative because they feel like conservative, you have to be a Christian, right? But why can't we agree on the fact that forcefully removing a fetus out of a woman's womb is somehow controversial? Like, not only that, I'll give you a different subject, right? The Second Amendment. It's clearly that it says shall not be infringed, right? But yet they constantly do everything they can in their power to infringe on the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
And they like to, I made a video the other day and it was like, you cannot discount somebody's position because they came to it from a Christian perspective. You got to deal with the validity of the conclusion. And a lot of times they'll dismiss your point because you say I'm a Christian and I believe in these things. But that doesn't change whether or not your conclusion is true. Right? Abortion, in my opinion, is murder. How you came to that conclusion, whether Christianity, whether you Islam or Judaism, however you came to that conclusion does not change the fact. No. So why attack somebody for being a Christian? Because you can't honestly deal with the fact of what they're saying is true. And they hate me because, not want to say they hate me. There's a lot of atheists who agree with me. But a lot of atheists don't like the fact that I'm saying this.
Yeah, because you sound like a Christian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've had people tell me like, oh, you can't be an atheist and be a conservative, right? But I'm like, I spent my time. I'm gonna give you a little background. Right?
I never heard anybody say that, by the way. That just sounds weird. That doesn't sound right to me. How can you not? You can be an atheist and be a conservative. You know.
Yeah, I had a few people say that.
You can't be an atheist and be a Christian. You know what I'm saying? Obviously.
Right, and it's like I was a big Trump supporter. I voted for Trump, and I mean I had my hat on and everything, right? And the funny thing is, I was a radical Christian. Like I was like on steroids.
Radical Christian?
Yeah. When I was a Christian, really? I was oh man. When I say I was so far gone into Christianity, bro, like if I was a Muslim, I would have been
You'd have been Allahu Akbar.
Yeah, I would have been Allahu Akbar.
Slicing heads off, bro.
Yeah, I'm a radical at heart. Like when I was a gangster, I was a gangster. Like I was willing to die, right? And when I became a Christian, I was like, we gonna pray to the earth shake. Like I'm reading the Bible and I'm like, oh, they made the earth shake when they prayed. That's how I'm trying to do it. Like I was going around beating up Wiccans and people who practice different like religions and stuff. Like that's how hard I was going, right? And when I got out and when I did
become an atheist?
My radicalism, like I wanted to be so Christian. I'm not gonna say I wanted to be so Christian, but I wanted to know so much about God. I felt like if I'm gonna serve God, I have to know exactly the best way to serve Him, how to serve Him, and what He requires from me. So I went through this whole process of reading the Bible. I read the Bible 4 times, front to back, every page, every night. I had a lot of time, right? And I started reading the Apocrypha, and I started learning about Catholicism, and I started learning about...
Oh, yeah, you went down the rabbit hole, bro.
Yeah, I went deep down the rabbit hole. Like, I was trying to figure out every single possible thing about God.
You gotta have strong faith to go down that rabbit hole, man.
And I was like, what? I was like 18, 19 doing this. I had a theologian who was teaching me all this. He was feeding me Hebrew, Greek, all of that. And I was under the impression that I had the faith. Like, at the moment that I'm doing this, I'm convinced with all my heart and being that I'm reading this Bible and God is doing all of these wonderful and amazing things and the people who follow Him. But I'm looking at all of these other Christians around me and they don't have nowhere near the amount of like strength and command. Like I felt like the Christians wasn't living up to the standards of the Christians in the Bible. That's how I felt, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, the only way, I can't depend on them because they're going to lead me astray. So I got to go get it myself.
Yeah, facts.
And I think that because I got so obsessed with it, I started discovering things that made me doubt my religion. And trust me, I fought tooth and nail not to lose my religion. I know a lot of people might feel like atheists are like, oh, you just want to sin. Not everybody feels that way, or you just rejected God. But man, I wanted to remain a Christian so bad that I ended up joining a cult when it was all said and done. Like people, like the women had to wear dresses everywhere they went. The men had to wear suit and ties. The women were cleaning the pastor's house. I mean, the women couldn't ride in the front seats. Like I was so desperate to become and stay a Christian that I ended up joining a cult because I was so desperate not to lose my faith. I could have made a lot of mistakes along the way. I don't discount Christianity. I don't discount any religion. I'm always open, right? Mm. So I'm not one of those atheists just like, I'm closed off. Nobody can ever reach me. I'm just saying that I lost my faith at some point and I'm not closed off to it. But my daddy always tell me, pray. And if God wants to reveal Himself to you, He will. Mm. So that's where I leave it at. I say my prayers. And if God, I mean, Moses had to see a burning bush, right? Moses was wondering. Yeah. So I understand that different people would take different things, right? Yeah. But I became a radical Christian and then I became an atheist. And then the atheists got me involved in politics. They bought me the politics. They was like, oh man, you got to support this and support that and support this. And I'm
what
like,
were they telling you to support?
Oh, they wanted me to support, come to this rally so we can get separation of church and state. Or they trying to push this church stuff here and there. And it was like, we got to stand for abortion. But the biggest issue that it was the whole Black Lives Matter stuff, right? It was the whole...
What year was this?
I got out in 2012. So this was after Trayvon Martin.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, so when I got out, like, bro, I grew up in the projects. I heard people saying stuff like, oh, white people, they're white. Bro, I never saw race growing up. I was more worried about another black dude shooting me than I was worried about the police. I had been in and out of police cars like I couldn't even remember. I was getting put in police cars since I was in like middle school. That was nothing, right? But I knew I was shooting at dudes. Dudes were shooting at me. I had homeboys who had got shot or whatever. Like, that's who I was concerned about. So race wasn't even on my radar.
Yeah.
And then I get out and then everybody's bombarding me with this stuff. It's like, oh, you got to get involved. I say, you know what? Me being a radical, I'm like, if you say it is what it is, I'm going to check it out myself. I don't like when people tell me something, I'm just supposed to take it at face value. I got to do my homework. So I do my research. I do my homework. And guess what? I became a conservative. And it's like, a lot of people didn't like the outcome, but once I looked at it, They didn't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of people think I'm biased or like, oh, you just. I'm like, bro, I did what y'all told me to do. I looked at the information. I came to a different conclusion.
Yeah.
I'm not a sellout. I'm not against black people. I'm not none of that. I looked at the information. I came to a different conclusion, and that's what I'm gonna push. I'm a
So
radical.
a lot of your friends turned against you.
Nah, man, they don't turn against me. Like I just did a live stream not too long ago. I was telling people like a lot of people say that they had family members and friends turn against them when they became Trump supporter or conservative or whatever. I didn't really have that. I guess because of my past and me being who I was, people were more intrigued. People were more like, this guy, conservative? Yeah. Like, I'm interested. Talk to me. Tell me more. Like, and like I'm married to a liberal. Like my wife is like Black Lives Matter. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh snap!
Yeah, yeah. So it's
how does that work, bro?
A lot of well, we get along for the most part. Like everything is, I don't know. Like we opposites, but we get along a lot. But like the black issue is one of those topics that either we avoid or we really argue about when it happens, and then we remember not to bring that subject up for a long time.
Let's not talk about that. Let's just have a good day today.
Yeah, but I love her to death, and we get along. Like everything else is like it's so great.
You
like,
have kids?
Nah, not at the moment. And that's one thing that I know changes things for a lot of couples. Like once you have kids, then you got to decide what we're gonna teach the kids. And do we agree on this or whatever, right?
Yeah, yep. And it continues on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't, like even me and my wife, we still have stuff where I believe this, or she believes that, and we got to come to an agreement and figure out, well, what are we going to tell the kids? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they're getting to where they're listening to us and they know what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, bro, that continues on, bro. Especially when you have a bunch of them.
Yeah, definitely, and yeah, it changes the dynamic. And I get that life is no longer about you; it's about them, and everything has to be made. Like, bro, I love the fact that as a conservative man, to see you with your kids and be there with your wife and like doing the thing, like that sets a great example, right? And that's what we need more of in all communities. And I can't get behind a message that says that it's okay to kill your kids or for you don't need a man. Like this whole feminism thing, whereas
it's selfishness, man. It's all selfishness.
It's it's avoiding responsibility and looking out for a number one eye. Yeah. And I can't get through that because I built character going through the things I went through. I took responsibility for my life. I had to fight to get where I am. And to have somebody tell me I'm a victim or tell me that I need them to save me, I don't need no liberal savior, you know? And it demeans me as a person, as an individual. And for so many black people fall in line and just fall for that nonsense. And if people don't stand up and say something, I got a voice. And I've always been the type of person to speak my mind. I mean, you can't beat my A. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just that dude. Like, fists, guns, whatever. But I'm going to use my voice because I actually care about people. And I'm not talking about just black people, white people. I'm talking about America. America is a dream. And we all have to do our part to fulfill that dream.
Facts.
And the moment you start telling people it's okay to slack, it's okay for you not to do your part, I mean, you setting America up for destruction.
Yeah, that's why we are where we are today, because a lot of our parents' generation sort of dropped the ball during that time. Like they let that stuff slide. They didn't say, "Well, what do you mean killing babies in the? What do you mean Roe versus Wade? Wait, what's going on here? No. We ain't falling for that. You crazy?" Like
I know. Only in 2020 or 21 or 2022, you can leave home, you can leave your son at home and come back and your son's a daughter, right? It's like you send your kids to school and the kids are being a different gender and you don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, they're allowed to keep secrets now in school. If your kid wants to come and be they or them, well, you don't have to tell your parents. You could just keep that here at school. That is crazy, bro. That's evil.
they can say whatever. Even if these people believe whatever they believe, right? I don't have anything against grown people who want to make the decisions, whatever, right? It's a free country. But even if you believe that stuff, the moment you start cutting parents out of their children's development and start thinking you know better for other people's kids than they know, we're taking the wrong path, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's why I tell people all the time, man, just homeschool your kids. Take your kids out, man. Take your kids out. You be the teacher to your kids. Nobody's going to teach my kids, man. Nobody's laying a hand on my kids, man. I'm teaching my kids. My wife is teaching my kids. And guess what? That's all they know. They don't need to know anything else. They need to get brainwashed by mom and dad. Because mom and dad knows what's best for them at this
exactly.
point, you know?
You pay them bills. You take care of them. That's your seeds. And like I'm 100% respect for that. We need to restore the family, the family, and I just can't get behind any message that does anything to tear that apart. And now we got people talking about nuclear family is like whiteness and just this whole race nonsense of like this woke, this anti-racism stuff is just like, man, what the hell are we doing, bro? And it's just, but I'm not. I think
we're all going through that moment, bro. Every single day, all of us reasonable people and logical people are going through that moment. Was like, what is happening here, man? I have no faith in humankind anymore. I just can't.
I know we dropping the ball, man. Yeah. We dropping the ball. And the sad thing is, we could drop the ball, but there's other countries out there that's gonna pick it up.
I'm telling you.
And we ain't gonna like it when the ball is in their court. We ain't gonna like it.
We might be speaking Russian real soon.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, if they come over here, hey, I'm one of you guys, man. All that American stuff, I don't know about that. I'm Russian now.
I'll tell you, I ain't gonna keep you too much longer. But if you want to do a collab, I think you gotta see if I got skill first. I think that's the most important thing. Stuff. You might not want to do that, man. Some of my stuff. Some of my stuff is like, it was a different time, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you want to just check it out to see the skills, then by all means do it. But don't judge me based off of what you hear. Because,
no, I won't.
Yeah, the last mixtape that I made was to prove a point. Because I tried to make a mixtape about intellectualism and all of that stuff. Yeah. And then people were like, oh, man, I don't want to hear all that smart intellectual stuff. So I gave him some gangster stuff.
You want to hear that gang bang and shoot 'em up stuff. Man.
Yeah, and I gave it to him and to prove a point. And at the end of the song, at the end of my mixtape, I dissed my whole mixtape. And I diss rap, like all these rap niggas out. Well, that's why I said it. I was like, F. Yeah, if you want to hear a song and hear my skill, go check out F rap niggas.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you want, I can send you a link to the mixtape and you can check it out.
Send me that link, bro.
Yeah, and trust me, if you like what you hear, I'm down for a collab. I ain't never did a music video before, so
we'll make it happen. You might be bringing it back, bro.
Yeah, man, I think I should do some conservative rap.
Why don't you just do some music? Why don't you just do a song? Why don't you just get a beat and record a song? You got a mic right there. You should do it and put it out there. See what happens.
I thought about it.
Don't think about it no more. Just do it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try some conservative rap. I think it's time to put my skills to good use.
Yeah, just put all the things that you believe. Just do it.
Yeah.
See, it's worth a try. You know what's gonna happen, man.
Yeah, MAGA hat with the duffel bag, still a gangster with the gift of gab, with Death Row the aftermath. Like, yeah, but I should do that. But I'm gonna send you the link, and bro, I appreciate you doing this, man. I really do appreciate you.
I gotta show love, bro. You be reacting, man. You be giving me them good scores, bro.
Man, you be earning them things, man. Man. I'm always gonna support real recognize real, and I'm going on vacation this week coming up. So I know you putting out videos. So if I don't get my reactions out quick enough for you, apologies. But I'll be in Miami this week.
Roe v. Wade is coming out hopefully next week. We just shot the video today for it, and then tomorrow we're gonna do some really funny stuff. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. So I called my friend. I had this idea, right? You know, in the song it talks about pink-haired devil, right?
Mm-hmm. I saw the picture of it.
Yeah, the pink-haired demon that had 21 abortions. So I called my friend Travis. I was like, hey, bro, are you down? He's like, I'm down for whatever, bro. What you need, because he knows what I'm talking about in music video. I'm like, are you sure? Are you down? He's like, bro, I'll do whatever you need, man. Let me know. So I was like, okay. Well, I just got a pink wig, and we're gonna put some makeup on you, and you're gonna be the pink-haired demon. He was like, bro, sign me up. I'm ready. So I was like, okay. So he's coming tomorrow, and we're gonna get like some shots of him. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but maybe I could be like rapping to him, and I'm gonna have all like the kids in the neighborhood chase him down the street and like shoot him with Nerf guns and stuff. So it should be. We'll see how it goes. Like these are the things that I never know how things are gonna turn out. Like with the music videos, that's why I get so stressed out about it. Sometimes I never know if I'm gonna get those good shots, because sometimes you just don't get the shots, man. But today was amazing. We got some good shots, and then hopefully tomorrow's, bro. It's gonna be funny at least. Everybody's gonna laugh.
I done turned my whole family on to your song American Muscle. That's like my anthem now.
Oh yeah, that's your joint right there.
Oh man, that's my joint right there,
bro.
Man.
That reaction was, bro. That was dope, bro.
Bro, AR, we play hard. I was playing that at my Mother's Day. We was at my mama's house, man. I put that thing on, was blasting it, man, outside the house, man. That's my jam, man. Yeah, so I'll send you a link, and look, bro, if you don't think I got skill, respect. But if you like what you hear and you think I can, you'll be the first guy I collab with and do a music video with. But yeah, check it out. And like I said, when I get back from vacation, I'll definitely be on that music video and do a reaction to it. All right, so y'all go check out Tyson James if y'all still watching. For the people behind the paywall, go check out Tyson James. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. Buy some merch. Buy the music. Buy it all. Support the Patriots over here. America, we got to make a comeback. So any last words, brother?
Man, thank you for having me on, bro. I appreciate it. Like I said before, thank you for all the reactions, bro. And man, just keep going, man. Don't stop. You never know what's gonna happen, man. And your YouTube channel's growing.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it is growing. So you're onto something. And just be you. I don't even have to tell you this. You're gonna be you no matter what.
Hell yeah.
Whoever you got to expose, whatever you got to say, like, just do it, bro, and be yourself, man. Because that's what I am, and people like it. You know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, this is not the last time we'll be talking. Peace and glory, everybody. Be peaceful and be great. We are out.
1 in a million to 1 billion. Too hot to be in the kitchen, out in the melting the ceiling.